Rewriting your story from incarceration to inspiration. Welcome to a journey of transformation, resilience, and hope. Today, we're delving into the extraordinary story of Allison Garrett, a woman whose life trajectory has redefined what it means to overcome adversity and inspire change. Allison's journey from incarceration to becoming a beacon of hope for countless women is not just a tale of personal triumph, it's a powerful testament to the human spirit's capacity for reinvention and the profound impact one person can have on the world. Imagine for a moment being defined by your worst mistake. Picture carrying the weight of societal judgment, family trauma, and crushing self-doubt. This was Allison's reality not so long ago. She found herself in a prison cell earning a mere 22 cents an hour, feeling as though her life had reached an insurmountable dead end. But here's the thing about dead ends. Sometimes they're just sharp turns in disguise, leading us to paths we never imagined possible. Allison's story isn't just about overcoming adversity. It's about the radical act of redefining oneself in the face of a world all too eager to put us in boxes and leave us there. It's about recognizing that the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we're capable of, and what we deserve, these narratives have immense power. They can either chain us to our past or propel us into a future we dare to imagine. I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on the stories you've been telling yourself. Are they serving you? Are they pushing you towards growth? Or are they keeping you small? Because here's what I learned from Allison. You are not defined by your past, and the stories you've been telling yourself are not your destiny. This right here is the heart of the message I want to share with you today. The breakthrough you're seeking, whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your personal growth, it starts with recognizing that the power to change, to grow, to create a life you truly desire lies within you. You have the ability to rewrite your story, overcome limitations, and unlock a version of yourself that feels true, aligned, and empowered. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That sounds great, but you don't know my situation. You don't know what I've been through. And you're right, I don't. But neither did Allison know the stories of the countless women she's helped since her own transformation. What she did know, what she learned through her own journey, is that no matter where you've been, no matter the mistakes or challenges you've faced, your past does not dictate your future unless you allow it to. Let's talk about the power of rewriting your story. This isn't just about changing the way you think. It's about fundamentally shifting how you feel about yourself. It's about recognizing that you're worthy of success, joy, love, and peace, even if those things seem distant right now. Allison's transformation from earning pennies in a prison cell to leading businesses that saw over 130% growth didn't happen because she was inherently different from you or me. It happened because she made a conscious decision to challenge the narrative she had internalized about being a failure, about being unworthy, about being stuck. She broke through those limiting beliefs, and it completely shifted her reality. Now, I want to be crystal clear about something. This process is not about perfection. It's not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how to get where you want to go. It's about taking action, embracing vulnerability, and trusting the journey even when it's messy, uncomfortable, or downright terrifying. One of the most powerful insights I gained from Allison is that our struggles, no matter how overwhelming they may seem, are temporary. This is a crucial point because one of the biggest things that keeps people trapped in their past is the belief that their struggle is permanent, that they'll always be stuck, always be suffering, and that they have to accept their current circumstances as their immutable destiny. Allison understands this deeply because she's lived through it. There were times when she felt like her situation, whether it was prison, the trauma from her upbringing, or her financial struggles, was never going to change. But here's what she wants you to hear loud and clear. Your current struggle is not your permanent reality. It's temporary. You are not trapped in your past, and you do not have to stay stuck in a cycle of pain and limitation. This is where the power of choice comes into play. You may not always have control over your circumstances, but you always have control over how you choose to respond to them. You are the author of your own life story. No one else has the right to write your narrative. I know sometimes it feels like the cards are stacked against you, but what Allison's story reminds us is that every breakthrough begins with a choice to believe in the possibility of change. The first step is deciding that you are worthy of a breakthrough, worthy of creating something better for yourself. and worthy of the life you desire. Now, let's delve into something that Allison's work has shed light on: the impact of generational trauma. This is a powerful aspect of her message that I believe needs to be heard and understood. Allison has seen firsthand how trauma can be passed down from one generation to the next, creating a cycle of limiting beliefs, emotional pain, and unresolved issues that shape how we view ourselves and our world. Generational trauma isn't just an abstract concept. It manifests in tangible ways. It shows up in how we think, how we feel, and how we act. It reveals itself in the stories we tell ourselves about our worth, our relationships, and what we're capable of achieving. It can influence how we handle stress, how we communicate, and even the careers or businesses we choose to pursue or avoid. But here's the key: we don't have to continue this cycle. Just because it's been passed down doesn't mean we have to carry it forward. You have the ability to break the cycle, to heal, and to create a new legacy for your children, your family, and yourself. Allison has witnessed this transformation in the lives of the women she works with. They've come from backgrounds of trauma, abuse, and neglect. And yet when they decide to do the work, when they choose to heal, to break free from the past, they create incredible transformations. Not only do they change their own lives, but they also alter the trajectory of their families' futures. This brings us to another powerful tool in breaking through limiting beliefs and trauma: unlocking your true potential. Allison uses the word unlock frequently, and I think it's perfect because it speaks to the process of releasing something that was already there. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you truly are beneath all the layers of fear, doubt, and past experiences. I want to challenge you right now to question everything, especially the narratives you've accepted about yourself. Who are you really? Who would you be if you removed all the limits you've placed on yourself? What would you do if you weren't afraid of failing or of what others think? When you unlock your potential, it's like discovering a treasure chest that's been buried inside of you all along. It's about tapping into your innate power and giving yourself permission to go after what you want without waiting for external validation or approval. But here's the catch: unlocking your potential requires one key thing: vulnerability. It requires you to admit that you don't have all the answers, that you're willing to fail, and that you're ready to face the fear and resistance that comes with change. Vulnerability is the bridge to breakthrough. When you embrace vulnerability, you're not just letting others in, you're letting yourself in. You're allowing yourself to be human, to be imperfect, and to grow in ways you never imagined possible. Now, I want to share something that Allison emphasizes in her work, especially with women over 40 who might feel like they've lost their direction or are at a crossroads. You don't have to keep waiting for permission or the perfect time. You can start your breakthrough journey right now. Allison's approach is grounded in real-life experience. She's walked the path of transformation, from being incarcerated to leading thriving businesses and coaching women through their own breakthroughs. This isn't just theory. It's a lived reality that she's passionate about sharing. One thing that really resonates with me about Allison's work is her focus on actionable steps. There's nothing fluffy here, no lengthy processes. She believes in simple, direct strategies that help women unlock their true potential and step into their greatness without feeling overwhelmed. Her message is empowering, vulnerable, and real. She's not here to pretend that change is easy. She's here to tell you that it's worth it and to guide you through the process with compassion, support, and the tough love you need to get to the other side. By sharing her story, Allison aims to break through societal myths and help women embrace their power, resilience, and worth at any stage of life. And let me tell you, it's a powerful thing to witness. Let me share with you a story that illustrates the transformative power of Allison's work. There was a woman, let's call her Sarah, who came to Allison feeling completely lost. Sarah was in her late 40s, had just gone through a difficult divorce, and felt like her life was falling apart. She had always defined herself through her roles as a wife and mother. And now that those roles were changing, she didn't know who she was anymore. Sarah had dreams of starting her own business, but she was paralyzed by fear and self-doubt. She kept telling herself that she was too old, that she didn't have the skills, that it was too late for her to start over. These were the stories she had been telling herself. stories that were keeping her stuck and small. Working with Allison, Sarah began to challenge these narratives. She started to recognize the strength and resilience that had brought her through her divorce. She began to see her life experience not as a liability, but as a valuable asset. Slowly but surely, Sarah started to rewrite her story. It wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt, moments when Sarah wanted to give up, but with Allison's guidance and support, she pushed through. She started her business, a consulting firm that helps other women navigate major life transitions. Within a year, Sarah's business was thriving. More importantly, Sarah had rediscovered her sense of purpose and self-worth. This is just one example of the kind of transformation that's possible when we decide to rewrite our stories. Sarah's journey isn't unique. Allison has witnessed countless women go through similar transformations. Women who thought they were too old, too damaged, or too far gone to create the lives they wanted. But here's the thing. It's never too late to rewrite your story. Your past doesn't define you unless you let it. You have the power to create a new narrative, one that empowers you and propels you towards your dreams. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when we talk about personal transformation, the fear of change. It's a natural human instinct to cling to what's familiar, even if it's not serving us. We often resist change because it feels uncomfortable, uncertain, and sometimes even scary. But as Allison often says, growth and comfort do not coexist. If you want to create real change in your life, you have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to face your fears, to challenge your limiting beliefs, and to do things differently than you've done before. This doesn't mean you have to make drastic changes overnight. In fact, Allison advocates for small, consistent steps. It's about making a commitment to yourself and your growth, and then showing up for that commitment day after day, even when it's hard. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. Your breakthrough might start with something as simple as writing down your dreams or having a conversation you've been avoiding or signing up for that class you've always wanted to take. The important thing is to start to take that first step towards the life you want to create. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with some key takeaways from my conversation with Allison Garrett. First and foremost, remember this. You are worthy, not because of your past or your achievements, but simply because you are. Your worth is intrinsic, and it doesn't need to be earned or proven. Secondly, you have the power to change your story. No matter what you've been through, it doesn't have to define your future. The life you want is within reach, and it starts with you. Third, your breakthrough begins today. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or for everything to line up. All you need to do is take one step in the direction of change and then another and another. And finally, you are not alone. There is a community of women who are walking this journey with you. Women who are ready to support you, challenge you, and cheer you on as you step into your true power. I want to leave you with an affirmation that Allison often shares with the women she works with. I am worthy of my dreams. I am capable of creating the life I desire. My past does not define me, and I choose to break free from the stories that no longer serve me. Say it with me. I am worthy of my dreams. I am capable of creating the life I desire. My past does not define me, and I choose to break free from the stories that no longer serve me. Feel that power. That's you stepping into your truth. That's you recognizing your worth. That's you ready to rewrite your story. I want you to feel empowered, like you have the tools, the mindset, and the support you need to go after what you truly want. And most importantly, I want you to know that the journey starts with you. You are enough, and you always have been. This is the breakthrough moment you've been waiting for, and it starts now, right here, right now, as you listen to these words. You have the power to change your life, to rewrite your story, to break free from the limitations that have held you back. So, what will you do with this moment? How will you step into your power? What story will you choose to write for yourself from this day forward? Remember, your breakthrough isn't just about you. When you transform your life, you create a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. Your courage to change, to grow, to embrace your true potential, it inspires others to do the same. You become a beacon of hope, a living testament to the power of resilience and self-belief. As we conclude this talk, I want to leave you with a challenge, a call to action that I hope will resonate deep within you and spark a flame of change. First, I challenge you to spend the next week consciously observing the stories you tell yourself. Notice the narratives that run through your mind about who you are, what you're capable of, and what you deserve. Write them down. Be honest with yourself. This act of awareness is the first step towards change. Second, I want you to choose one limiting belief, one negative story you've been telling yourself, and actively challenge it. If you've been telling yourself you're too old to start something new, I want you to find examples of people who have succeeded later in life. If you've been telling yourself you're not smart enough, I want you to list all the times you've learned something new or overcome a challenge. Third, take one small action towards a goal or dream you've been putting off. Doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's making a phone call you've been avoiding, or signing up for a class, or simply telling someone about your dream. The size of the action doesn't matter. What matters is that you're taking a step forward. Finally, I want you to share your story. Find someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or even a support group, and share your journey. Talk about the stories you've identified, the belief you're challenging, and the action you're taking. By sharing your story, you not only hold yourself accountable, but you also inspire others to start their own journey of transformation. Remember, you have the power to rewrite your story. You have the strength to overcome your past. You have the potential to create a future that fills you with joy and purpose. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Your breakthrough starts now. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery and transformation. Remember, your story is still being written, and you hold the pen. Make it a story of triumph, of resilience, of breakthrough, because that's who you are and that's what you deserve. Now go forth, rewrite your story, and create the life you've always dreamed of. The world is waiting for your brilliance. Thank you.